Joseph, nice to meet you, sir.
And
I'm
you,
Antonio Johnson.
and you. So let's just get right into it, man. I'm doing some reading up on you before I got started yesterday on my way back, actually from Liverpool. You've done a lot. You've built Black Diamond Warehouse from the ground up. You're an acting, life and business coach, real estate, uh, minister. What's
Hey,
going?
man, I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
How do you manage to juggle all these? You're like a Swiss Army knife.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Now, but no, man. It's just like I said. I come from the streets, so when I was out there doing doing whatever I needed to do to survive, then my whole mentality was like I went 1 week straight without with no sleep, just out there, just getting it, just grinding. And then so I've always had a business mindset. So I always told myself, I said, man, when you get to where you don't know where you're going to, but you know where you're going to. I just knew I was going to do something great in business. I said, when you get there, you better remember this week that you put in for no sleep out here on this block doing a bunch of whatever you needed to do, because that same energy and motivation, I bet not hear. I told myself that I bet not hear you say you tired for nothing. When you figure out the right way to do things, you better put that same energy into it. And so now that's just my mentality. So that's why I own over 200 LLCs. Um, I get more, I start getting more going every day. And the way I really do it, and the way my mentality is that as long as I do the work, as long as I put in the work in order to get everything done, no matter what the avenue is, as long as nobody's waiting on me, then I'm done. I've done what I needed to do. Because at that point, because every business venture that you go to always going to have its ups and downs, and the high points and the low points, and then you're making a lot of money this year, this part of the year, but you don't make a lot of money. Every business done. I've done too many businesses to know that, and I don't like those parts. I don't like those seasons when it's down, because it's like I really planned on using that money for something,
Hmm.
and it didn't come in. So now, like I said, now what I do is I just get everything started, make sure nobody's waiting on me. Make sure that whatever business venture that I'm into, I'm waiting on the phone call to ring for someone waiting on the services that I said I was going to do. It gets to the point where I honestly forget the type of businesses that I have and the businesses and services that I have. If someone really has to remind me, hey man, yeah, you said you're gonna start a tire company. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got the tires over here. Yeah, go over and holler at Bob, and Bob's gonna put them on for you, whatever, or whatever the situation may be. But yeah, but now that's how I do it, man. I started because with me starting the businesses or whatever I'm doing, that's me learning that, hey, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can put my time into it. So it's like, yes, I'll do this if someone agrees that they want to do business with me. So yeah, that's just my mentality of just get it going and wait on the phone calls to ring.
Do you feel that you would have a bigger impact if you had maybe less businesses to run and you focused on maybe like your favorite handful and just gave them all the energy that you've got instead of like for me, like when I moved to LA, I wanted to be on camera. I wanted to do voiceovers. I wanted to do modeling. And I when I got there, everybody's an actor. Everyone's a singer. Everybody's something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like you had to pick one and lean into
yeah.
that. You had to only do improv and do acting, or you only could do stand up and do acting. You couldn't be every man. So do you find it hard? Because that's a lot. That's a lot.
No, I don't find it hard at all. But I will say this: I'm not saying this to promote this to everybody. But everything's not for everybody, and so it is a lot. And I will say this to all the viewers and listeners that you are absolutely correct, Mr. Vaughn, that like you really have to find your niche and dive into it, because if you try to do what I'm doing, it's going to be a lot of learning curves and a lot of things you got to try to figure out. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it is more important that you find your niche and go into it and dive into it, because you don't want to have your eggs in a bunch of baskets, because then like it's just not going to work for you if you really know what you're trying to do, because you're not going to give what you're trying to do the right energy in order to make it prosper. Now, me personally, my thing is this: I come from Lexington, Kentucky, and I come from the streets, things like that. So my first passion is destruction. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like I come from the streets. I love destroying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love that thing. But I'm also a good person at heart. So my first love in life is destroying shit. Once people, you know, sorry if I was cussing, can't cuss on her, but destroying stuff. People who do me wrong, does wrong in business, things like that. But a good person knows that you can't live your life like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not necessarily every day. So my second love is business. So that's why I do so much in business and things like that. And so with business, I don't really have. That's why you see a bunch of different ventures on the website and things I do. I don't really have one thing that I want to like. Hey, I want to give it all my all because I've seen failures in all aspects of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, why would I want to give it up my all when I know that this is the downfall? Then plus all the other variables that's going on. I'm black, and they don't want to see man go up. You know, I don't want to deal with that. So that's that's the reason why I do a lot because with the business because business is my second passion. And when I say business, I really mean business. And a lot of people don't really get that because business is like a general word. You can put that in anything, right? So that's for those kind of people. But for me, when I say my passion is business, I really mean that. And what I mean by that is I love just seeing my name on that paperwork that says that, hey, Antonio, this document was prepared by Antonio Johnson. I love having my face and my name associated with a positive transaction because where I come from is so negative and, you know, all that negative stuff where I come from that when I do this positive transaction, I don't care if I make $0 on that transaction. The fact that these two people, whoever's involved in this transaction that I had to set up and they want to do business with me, they had to do with me and I have to sign off on this. My name is on that document. My name is on this. My name is on. And guess what? That's the image of Antonio Johnson. And that right there is more satisfaction than any amount of money that I could have made for that transaction. It's
Mm.
just because of the way, you know, the negative stuff where I come from in Kentucky. So just my name being associated along in business any kind of way is a positive, is a win for me. Now in America, the number two industries if you want to be successful is real estate and in technology. So of course, being a little boy growing up, my biggest goal in life was to get my foot in the real estate door. And now that I have achieved that, I'm an actor too. So I'll be trying to do my little acting gig thing like that. But honestly, I really don't have a niche that I just want to like, hey, I want to do that. I just really want to be associated with doing great things in
Right.
life, man. And they can come in different various avenues. So,
Yeah, that's
and
cool, man.
I don't push myself to do that. I just try to employ people so they can, you know, speak the good stuff for me because you know anybody say anything about themselves.
You're in mountain time zone, I'm assuming you're somewhere near Texas, maybe in Texas or something like that, or
Yeah,
when
I'm in New Mexico right now. I just got back to Roswell, New Mexico. I just left Missouri. Up there in Missouri, I was trying to find a couple of spots to set up a little radio station talks thing up there, and a couple of other business ventures I got going on up there. But I just
right,
got back to Roswell, New Mexico, and
okay.
yeah, getting ready to head out in a minute.
When you, are you still in Kentucky or is that have you left there? Where are you based at now? So, I guess I'm asking when you were in Kentucky, were you doing business before or was this something that you started after you left living in Kentucky and it was something that just hit you later on in life?
No, no. Black Diamond Warehouse been rocking and rolling for about over 20 years.
Mm.
I promise you, it's been Black Diamond Warehouse been rocking and rolling. We've been involved in the internet sales. We used to do the what is it? A Windstream, the Charter Spectrum stuff. Uh, uh, the satellite internet, all that stuff. We used to have services in contract to do all that stuff with all them dog kennels. We used to do all type of stuff.
Mm.
But Black Diamond Warehouse been rocking and rolling. But where I'll admit where my weak point where I'm not good at, I'm not the online social media type of guy. I've never been that type of guy. So I never understood it. I'm more of an in person type of dude. I still like I got a comedy club tour going on. Well, starting up here in a minute, and like I'm still in the mindset. I mean, I do know the power of social media. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid, but I'm still in the mindset of I come from the era where like flyers on cars still
Mm,
work.
mm,
If I'm in this city, I'm always traveling and moving around. So my mentality is no matter what city and town I'm in, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably in a hotel. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably in an Airbnb. So what that means is I'm not the only person that's in the that's traveling in this area. So if I target those areas, the hotels, the Airbnbs, like I'm at or whatever, and hit those with those flyers, regardless of whatever the outcome may be, you still heard of Antonio Johnson, business mogul Antonio Johnson, or Black Diamond Warehouse, and you still might look into it, you might not look into it, you might throw it away, somebody else might pick it up, or whatever the situation may be. So I know I'm a testament to the fact I know the hand to hand in person type stuff works,
mm.
but I'm just not a social media person. So, but right now I'm working on building my little team so I can give me a couple people to help me with the stuff like that. So Black Diamond Warehouse be more in the presence, the mainstream stuff
Right.
because we do help a lot of people. It's just I never seen the benefit of actual investing in someone who actually does the social media thing because I've been able to maintain the
Mm.
income and everything just doing it the way I've learned. But
Yeah, I like that
there's all
grassroots methodology. I'm from Detroit, and that's just what we always saw. You're always putting flyers on.
we from the murder mitten.
Yeah.
Uh, what up, though? I didn't give you your proper introduction. Then what up,
No, it's
though?
all good, man. It's all good. But, that's just how things were back in, 80s and 90s. We was always doing flyers. We had a street team for whatever we was doing to, get the buzz going
Exactly.
for whatever the show was or whatever. But, we do, social media marketing on our side over here too. So if you ever need anybody, let us know. We've got an entire AI department that handles all sorts of posts and everything. Like I set up 2
I'm
business
scared of AI. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm scared of
Don't be
AI.
scared of
I don't
AI.
know. I know it stands for artificial intelligence, but I swear to God, the guy I was telling you about this from London, England, who's a professor.
Yep.
I hit him up. I always looked at him as my life mentor, so I always hit him up about stuff here and there, email. And he told me, he said, Antonio, he said, why don't you just use a AI bot to do something?
Yeah.
I said, man, how the hell you know about an AI? But I still don't know what AI is. I know it stands for artificial intelligence, but I still don't. I don't know what it is. All I know is when I log into I got a what do I got? I got a Chromebook. I got a Chrome. All I know is when I log into my Chromebook, this little random little light comes up and it just says, "Hey, we can tell you how to do this. Ask AI how to do." I'm like, "Why are you in my documents?" I'm like, "I'm trying to do an eviction right now. I'm just trying. I know how to type up an eviction."
The thing of it is, and I had a webinar a couple weeks ago that I was a part of. I was on the panel, and I was telling this to some business owners like yourselves. These were local business owners to LA. My friend was in LA. He was hosting it. And that's a common sentiment. People are afraid of AI because they don't know what it is. And the best way to approach it, I feel, is to find something that you don't want to do in your business, like you said, the social media angle, and let the AI do it for you. So it doesn't
Right.
it doesn't necessarily have to be everyone's afraid it's going to take their job, right? And yeah, it's gonna take your job if you let it take your job, but train yourself up so that you can do what it's trying to do for you. But let it do the easy stuff for you that you don't want to do, and then it's not a threat. So social media, all that stuff is what you need it for, and then you'll be straight. So
Yeah. Yeah. Just grab it to me. Just give it to me. Sorry for the background noise. I
cool.
got a bunch of security and cameras and motion detectors and stuff going on. Sorry.
So don't you got to lean into the AI. I think it'll help you because you got a lot. You got a fucking lot going on, bro. A lot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But thing about it is, like, I'm not even trying to be known for it though. Like, it's just what I do because being known don't do nothing but put a target on
Oh
your
yeah,
back.
no,
You
I
feel me?
feel that. I
Like,
feel
the last thing I want to do is be known for it. So my whole thing about it is, what my overall objective is just to put people on because it's a lot of bad stuff going on out here,
that.
and like I was a victim of it growing up. Like it was just like I didn't have a father in my life. You feel me? I was raised by a single mother. Shout out to my mom. She did the best she could. I love you. But as a man, as a little boy growing up, you look for that. You don't look for it, but you just see like, hey, I'm not going to be like my mama.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I'm not. I'm not a female. So where's the man factor at? And and so all I seen was just the music, the celebrities, and things like that. And so I didn't really care about being a rapper and none of that stuff. None of that stuff really sparked my interest. But what it did was it was like it gave me a sense of like this is how a man is supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to have all this type of things and blah blah. And so I grow up thinking these things, and then I find out like behind you bring down that curtain, these people are drug addicts.
Mm,
They're being glorified for the wrong reason right here. And white America and black America, that just don't mix. I'm like, but why is white America promoting this? And I'm like, oh, because they love tearing down our community and they want to get this more money. Like that. So I started to see what the situation was. I'm like,
mm,
okay, and these people really have millions and millions and millions and millions of followers,
right.
like and views. And the biggest problem that for me, because I don't never knock nobody's hustle, right? It is what it is. But the biggest problem for me is when I had my daughters, and I'm like, damn. I'm not gonna be around all the time to be able to say, "Hey, baby girl, don't listen to this music, don't listen to that." I'm like, you really raising my daughter to be a hoe right now, fam.
Okay.
Like you get all this money and stuff like this. Why are you making a conscious decision to still talk about your vagina or how you good you could trick somebody out of some money? And why are you making the conscious and it's because it's selling. And and they don't care about the impact. So my overall objective with Black Diamond Warehouse was to put the positive opportunities out there for people because I don't care about the money. You feel me? Because I know how money works. You feel me? You got to keep it going. There's no sense like, oh, this is all my money. It ain't gonna do nothing. You feel me? You got to keep that money flowing. But a lot of people are having to do a lot of things they don't want to do. A lot of sexual favors, a lot of all these type of things for the money, and it's not necessary. It's just because you're talking to that avenue. And the reason why they're doing it. So Black Diamond Warehouse was created essentially to provide those opportunities without having to do any of that type of stuff. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you really have real talent, hey, what are you talented in? All right, let's push you this way. What are you talented? You're not talented because a bunch of white people put millions and millions of dollars behind you about glorifying about killing our own people. You're not talented. I'm sorry, you're just not. And so I'm not even sorry about it. I said you just like what's talented about killing our own people? Don't get me wrong, self defense is self defense, regardless of what color it is. But you're not that's not talent because you're glorifying how your vagina or how many body. That's the music nowadays. So that's why we do restaurants. We got dog kennel businesses. We got teachers. We got real estate. We got courses. We got the vending machine companies. We got remember this is where I got this idea from the vending machine companies with the kids.
Mm,
Do you remember back in the day when you was in the elementary school where they asked you to go door to door to sell something. I forget what it was, but if you sell so much of it, you'll get a toy or you get some type of reward or
right.
something like that. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my idea behind it. I was like selling chocolate bars. That's what selling the chocolate candies. That's what it was. So that was my idea. That was my logic behind starting that business. I was like, if I can get these kids to move his candy, because kids is easier than selling drugs.
Mm,
You selling candy to kids is easier than selling drugs. You ain't got to worry about the headaches. Like a lot of drug dealers don't know it, but like you have to sell no drugs in the world. All you gotta do is buy a bunch of candy machines and find where the kids is and locate. And I promise you're making. But
mm,
my logic was if I can get these kids to get these vending machines and going and things like that, then that money, instead of me retaining that money and trying to give them rewards, I can just give them that money. You know what I'm saying? And show because they're going to mess it up. But the thing about it is, they're going to learn how to keep that money and retain that money because I'm going to also give them the tool. Well, we're going to give them the tools. Of, hey, here's the money you made off of selling these bars, and you got your money. They're going to keep doing it. It's like it's going to be addictive. So they're going to keep doing it, but they're going to mess up the first. They're going to mess up their money first couple times, and then after that, then they can learn that hey, this is how I save my money. This is how. So at the end of the day, when they get older, they'll learn how to manage money because black people we're just now learning how to get money and things like that. But the biggest problem that we have is retaining it. As far as what I see as a culture, me personally, I don't really have that problem. My personal problem is investing in too many businesses, and because sometimes when I be like, I got a $50 bill. I don't have $50. Where do I got $50 at? My net worth is in the millions, but shit, I don't have $50 to pay this bill at. Like, what is wrong with you? So that, that's my problem. Just doing certain things like that. So I might have to sell a little stock here and there, just get the little $50 bill paid for whatever. But that was the whole logic behind Black Diamond Warehouse, just to create great opportunities for people, kids, adults, whatever, and just to just try to do what I can. I'm only one man, so it's not like I'm going to tackle the whole thing by
Right.
myself, but. We only have 24 hours. I'm sorry. We only have. I'm sorry about that. We only have 24 hours in a day, and but it's up to us about how we spend that 24 hours. So I just
Right.
try to
Right.
do what I can do.
How do you if you're say like if you're helping people get set up and start these businesses, how do you find like the hustle soul in them? Like how do you like help them get started, and what do you focus on to make sure that they're doing it? Like you said, they're gonna lose it, but we try to make sure that you learn from that. Like, what's your trick with that? How do you find that hustle in somebody to get them motivated? Somebody that you know can do something, or does it? Or do
I wouldn't. I wouldn't care if they're motivated or not because at the end of the day, it's a dog eat dog world. It's the what you want to call it. It's the circle of life.
Mm,
You gotta. It's the at one point in time in my life. I was a little fish in a little pond, and then I grew up, and then I was a big fish in a little pond, and then I had to grow up a little bit more. Then I was a big fish in a big pond, and then as you get the big fish in the big pond, you find out there's bigger fish out there, there's sharks out there, and I'm really a kind-hearted person. It's like, damn, I can really help you in this situation. I have the knowledge and the tools to help you in this. I don't care about the money, and that has really hurt me a lot financially.
mm,
It's like I had to learn a lesson. When it's time to eat, it's time to eat. So at the end of the day, to answer your question, when it comes to trying to find out if they got the hustle or not, I don't care if you got the hustle or not. Do you have my money?
mm,
Because you called me to help you with this business. Now, if you already invested that much to the point where you have found a hurdle or obstacle in your course, and I have the answer to help you figure that, and you invest the money into me, I'm already going to put my best foot forward for you in order to make sure you get over it. I'm not leaving this situation till you get over this obstacle because that's my passion. But at the end of the day, what if I help you get over that hurdle and you get over it, and then you figure out, hey, I don't want to keep putting this energy in,
mm.
and you shut the business down? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
I got paid to help you get over that hurdle and keep it going. You feel me? So it's not about finding that hustle and that hurdle. Don't get me wrong. I would love to find that fire in that person because I would love to make them my next celebrity. I would love to make them my, that's what I do. And, but at the end of the day, it's not about finding those, it's not about focusing on finding those people because those people can't benefit me.
Right.
Only people that can benefit me is the people that can find find benefit in the services that I provide. They know me, they know my work and things like that. And they say, hey man, we got it. Antonio is the answer to our problem. And so that's the only thing I do. I just go where the money is. And I know those people that are repeat customers and things like that, they value my work. They value Antonio
Sure.
Johnson. So it's not about what I'm saying? Like finding people that got that hustle in them. But if they did, but there's tons of people. You'd be surprised when you go to those triple net worth buildings in your local neighborhoods and things like that, and that you see and they're just renting out the spot to pay rent, like the Targets and all of those type of. You'd be surprised if you go in there and have an educated conversation with the owner or somebody who knows them. They're really not in the best positions for real. They're getting ready to let that go or whatever. But you won't know if you're not, if you're not trying to have those conversations. But it's,
Well, tell me about your acting, because obviously I do that myself too. So I'm interested in that always. Whenever somebody says they're doing that, what kind of stuff are you been working on, and what do you like doing the best out of all the stuff you've done?
out of all the stuff that I've done so far, I think my favorite. Nah, I'm lying. My favorite is going to be when I got paid. so so far, so far, the only acting I've got paid for, because I got booked. Now they want me for a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, but they ain't trying to pay me. And don't get me wrong, I know I don't have the acting skills of Taraji P Henson. I know I don't have the skills of what's my guy Denzel Washington, things like that. I know I got to work to it. But the thing about it is like I move so much because and this is goes back to what you said earlier. Like, won't you find your one thing? If it was my one thing, I would do the acting. But I'm not about to do that because they ain't about to sit here and they ain't about to sit here and Orlando Brown me because I'm gonna shoot something up. You feel me? You try, I ain't doing nothing funny for no role. You got me messed up. Yeah, it ain't happening. So I'm not doing it. But the acting thing, my favorite one would have to be something. So I said I'll bet to say this that I'm still trying to find my role and things like that. But my favorite one to have to be, I would have to say, would be improv. Like you said, I got paid money to go out there to California to do an improv with a lady. It was a breakup scene, but that's pretty cool. But and that turned out pretty good. But the acting thing, man, I'm really open to all of it, no matter what it is. But I'm just waiting on my opportunity because I'm gonna tell you like my biggest goal in it. My biggest goal, honestly, tell you the truth, I just want my one big time film that's like my Denzel Washington moment. That's what I want, my Denzel Washington moment. Just that one big film that's in the thing, and I'm cool, baby. I'm cool. You feel me? Like
You
you
want
feel
to
me?
do
It's
like
not like I'm trying to step on y'all's toes in the acting career. No, I mean don't get me wrong. I will pursue it. I mean, if so, but I'm not about to put in that much work for it all in exchange for some money because I got a million other things I can make some money out of. You feel me? But I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I do want to do it. I ain't making no acting money now. Don't get me wrong. I ain't got that kind of money. And I would like to see what it's like. But I'm not about to go through what what I hear in these stories about these Hollywood. I swear to God, I'm not about to go through
yeah,
it.
that's a
I go
crazy
through.
machine, Hollywood.
I go the 50 Cent and Boosie route before I go that route. Use my own money, make my own network.
Yeah, Hollywood's wild. There's a lot of weird, crazy stuff that I had seen and heard from other people when I was living out that way. So I completely understand the hesitance with regards to jumping full force into something like that. Um, so how do you juggle all these hats, man, without burning out? Because I was talking to somebody today about their job, and I was like, man, I would be burnt out if I did this as long as you did. And you got all these other projects going. How do you keep focused and keep going?
You see it. What am I doing right now? You see it. That's all I need. That's all I need, fam. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not out here robbing banks. I'm not out here doing bad stuff. I'm not doing none of that stuff. All I need is Mary in my life.
Hmm,
That's all I need. As long as I got Mary in my life, I'm cool.
right.
Because the worst is going to happen. The worst is going to happen is I'm gonna get hungry.
Hmm.
I'm already happy. I'm gonna fall asleep. And then when I wake up from my sleep, guess what I'm gonna do? Get right back to the money.
Right.
So it's just, yeah. So it's just what it is. But the thing about it is, I'm not gonna lie. I got my downsides is where like I wish I had a woman to help me, but I can't find no. A lot of these women are trained. A lot of American women are trained just to be high class prostitutes nowadays. So
Ouch.
yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not going shit. Yeah, I mean,
Why
it's
do
just
you
what it
think
is.
that is though? Because I mean, you mentioned earlier about the culture on in media and whatnot, what they're training younger people. Do you think that's the key component as to why these women are? What'd you call them? You said they're just prostitutes, basically.
High class
High
pros.
class.
They're not even high class for real. They really mediocre. Cause I had this one. She was married. I ain't gonna put her name out there, but she was married, and I met her because I had a store, and she ended up moving next to my store,
Mm,
and I didn't know she was married, and so she come over. She give me that energy. You feel me? Not overly, but just give me that energy, and then. A couple times, oh, I'm married, and then she come in. She needed look. She sold insurance. She did this insurance stuff. And so she come in my store one day, and she get on her knees right there in the middle of the store just to take a picture on the floor. Like, don't tell my husband I was on my knees in your store. I'm like,
uh,
why are you like you are a married woman? Then to make matters even worse, like her husband caught cancer, right? And then so like the whole entire time with him catching cancer, she's over telling me like, "Hey, as soon as he dies, as soon as he dies, it's gonna be me and you, Antonio." And I'm like, "Are you saying?" Don't get me wrong. The what I saw in her was like, I know I can make $100 million out of her. You feel me? Like, like I know I can because like yeah, he claiming that he was in the cartel and all some crazy stuff, and I'm like, but you marry this woman, you don't know she's a hoe. I'm like, I'm a shit. I hope you don't die or nothing, man. But I promise, I'm gonna show you what to do with this one right here because she was selling some insurance stuff, and man, and she kept on because she was messing with some dude in the insurance thing. She was messing, and and then she come talk to me about it, and I'm like, look here, you already cheating on your husband with this dude. You done already, got me together a couple times, whatever the situation may be. You feel me? I'm like, look, I know what kind of woman you are. You are a hoe. I know your kind. Like you feel me? We see these kinds every day. What I'm trying to tell you is, look, let's just be a team. You just keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna do what I do, and if your husband call, I'm gonna tell him that hey man, she's in the house with somebody with to do insurance or something like that. But look here, this is how we can make our money together because I'm doing real estate, you doing insurance, you over cheating on him with this dude. He ain't got no money, but I'm gonna man, you already getting money out of this the dude you cheating on your husband with. So I'm just go ahead and get that money. And I'm gonna tell you how to get his boss. Go to his boss because you already messing with his boss too. So it's like, and it's like this is a married woman. You feel me? And I'm like, so if this is a married woman giving whole energy, like what else is going on out here? Well, let me answer my own question. I'm trying to. It's the same exact thing going on with all these women. And over here in America, I promise you, don't get me wrong. I'm pro-black. I would love to be with, what I'm saying, my people have black love and all type of stuff. But I promise you, if it's gonna be with me, it ain't gonna be with no woman, no black woman is in America. Not unless she's of a different. She gonna have to show me something different, fam. Because I promise you, majority of the black women in America, don't worry, I love my black people, love my black women, things like that, but they're being convinced by this society of I'm not coming up off of nothing unless you give me something. I
That's
seen
all women, I think. I think
no, it's
all
not.
women are
No,
like that
no, it's
because
not. I promise you. No, it's not, Vaughn. No, it's not. Because I saw this thing on the Instagram or YouTube the other day. It was a guy going around giving random interviews to black women and to white women. And the question was, does a man need to be rich to have in order for you to love him? Every white woman said no. Every
okay,
black woman said yes.
alright.
Then the next question was and it was all black. It was asked to all black women. The next question was, would you rather have a rich baby daddy that ain't never in his life, or would you rather have a broke baby daddy or a broke child's father that's in this child's life but can't provide financially? And all them black women said, "Give me the rich baby daddy that ain't in the child's life. I can deal with the money. I can handle." You feel me? That's not all.
So
That's black women.
that aspect of it, I'll agree with you, is probably cultural, to the way to complement what you're saying. I get that. I what I'm thinking when you're saying that is when you ask the black woman this question, she's gonna respond a certain kind of way based off of her upbringing, how she feels and how she thinks. So over here in England, it's amplified 10x compared to back home in the States with their level of politeness when it comes to questions like that. So the let's take for example women that I knew back in the States. White women would probably answer the way you said, not necessarily because they 100% believe it, but because they know that's the proper answer to give for something. You're in an interview. Now, if you were sat at home with that person, they might give you a slightly different answer.
I've been with
Doesn't mean that they
I've been with
don't
several.
think it, but I feel like a lot of times they just won't say it because, like if you're racist and you're poor and you're in America, I notice they're openly racist, but wealthy people that are racist don't express it as overtly as lower income people do. So they're still racist.
Well, they do. They do it. They no. I disagree with you right there. They do it, except they just do it more in the privacy of their
Well, no,
own home.
that's exactly what
Yeah,
I'm saying. They're less overt about it. They're racist, but they're not gonna just be out in your face about it. They're low key about it.
exactly.
So they'll give you the straight up sneak diss right to you, especially out here. They'll disrespect you in the most beautiful
Humbling,
way
polite way.
of the phraseology that they would use to disrespect you right to your face. Sometimes it takes me a second to process what somebody said so that I can even figure out if that's what took place or not. But no, I feel you. And I worked on a film last year in Amsterdam, and the woman that was in my scene is from Oregon or somewhere in the States, this white woman. And she lives in Spain. And we were talking about this on very thing on set. And I told her, I'm like, yeah, I can't date American women anymore because just in general, I find that they were always looking to get somebody that's got the bag, which is fine because from research from clinical psychology, women date across financially and up, right? They don't ever date. I mean, generally, they're not dating across and down. They generally won't date
Well,
someone
honestly,
that's poorer than them. Men, we date across and down. We don't necessarily look for a woman to have more than us when we date, statistically. Anyway, so I find that that might contribute to it, and I understand what you're saying, and when you come over to other places, like over here, I don't experience that as much at all, and that was the same.
man, I've been with several white women, and honestly, like they was doing way better than me in life, and they didn't care about none of
Mm.
that.
Well, that's
You feel
yeah,
me?
they don't care about the money as much. Like my
If they don't care about none of that, they didn't care about the status. They didn't care about none of that. They just cared about me being their trophy. They were their little bragging trophy. Hey man, look, hey, and they want to show me off to their mama, and they want to show me off to their sister. Ooh, look what he could do. Ooh, look at you know what I'm saying? Like that's all they just want to have fun. You feel me? Don't get me wrong.
you
Black women want to have fun too, but it's just a little bit more stress with it. But it just depends on what you're trying to do, and it depends. And it's really not about black or white. It really depends on that individual because there's like I said, there are white women. There's all type of women that are they all about that bag. You feel me? But I'm just saying over here in America, as far as black women, if I was to find a black woman, no, in my mind, she wouldn't be doing nothing but manipulating me, trying to figure it out because that's what they do over here. White women they could do the same thing too, but there's a different personality, and if they really are about that bag, trust me, they're not talking to nobody like me, no way, because they know a white man that got 10 more times the more money than I got, and they already finessing him right, messing with his boss anyway. So
you
yeah, they
need
already know somebody. Yeah.
you need to take I was thinking about this when you were telling me the story about the insurance lady. Um, you need to reach out to her and start an OnlyFans page for her.
I tried to. I swear I tried to. And guess what she said she's gonna do? She said she was gonna do it as long as she could put a ski mask over her face.
Okay.
While she was married.
Well, I mean, that's
I swear to God, I tried to. And I swear, I know right now, I know for a fact I can still get her to do it. It's just she tried to screw me out over some money, right? Over some money, over about $600, and I was like, "Hey, fam, it ain't gonna go this way. I know too many secrets." And then because she lies to her daughter, and she got a little image in her daughter's head about it, like she's this perfect woman. So I went over to her daughter's house. I didn't say too much, but I dropped enough hints just to be like, "Oh, my mom really is." Maybe she ain't. Da, da, da. 2 days later, I got my money. You feel me? So yeah, that's how I got that. Yeah, so yeah, she a little upset with me, but she know yeah, I can go. I swear to God, that's why I told her. I said, "Cause you ain't gonna be nothing good for nothing but OnlyFans. You waiting on your husband to die, and you ain't even waiting on that shit. You already doing you right now, and he just don't. Yeah, he don't. He really act like he don't know this
he
shit,
might not.
and so
So he might not. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully they work it out. Tell me about this shoe company. I don't have your stuff up that you sent me. Let me pull this up real quick. You mentioned that you have a um, shoes. You design shoes.
my man.
What?
So I came out with more. So this is This is that him. This is, I don't know if you, no, you haven't seen it. So
Yeah.
this is that him. This is the first. Which one was the first one? I don't know. So I got two versions of this one right here. I will go through it.
Mm.
So this is the first. It's called That Him. I sell a lot of these get sold. Where these sell? I think it. I'm lying. I know a lot of these get sold in Canada. I think I'm not a good with social media, so
Why are
I
you
got I
not
got people.
let me do your social media because you're making me crazy right now. We'll talk about this offline. I've got every I wish I could just turn the camera, you can see what we do. Anyway, we'll discuss that later. We gotta fix that. So it's an easy fix too, I promise you. Shoes, go. Sorry, Canada.
Yeah, yeah. I swear to God, I don't know nothing. I just go. I know where the money's at. But nah, yeah. So this is the first version of called That Him. It has I designed all my shoes.
Hmm,
I designed everything, but they hand make them for me in Italy, and everything's free shipping. So you get wherever you order them from, you get free shipping. But it has my company name right there, Black Diamond Warehouse. And then I got a little special message on the inside of the tongue right there, and it zips up, and then you got a little zipper on the side right there. So this is one of my unique designs right here. But the second version of this one is called That Him Two,
okay.
and that one is right here. So this one's a little bit more shiny or a little bit more flashier.
Mm.
You got the, you see the little bling bling on that tongue. You see it shining. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's shining better with that light on there. Ooh, I didn't even see it looking like that. But yeah, on the front got the Black Diamond Warehouse, and of course it got a special little message on the back on the back of the tongue. But no, it's just and so this is That Him Too.
Mm,
I sell more of the first version than I have of this version, but this version has been out less time than That Him
right.
the first version.
You
So
got a low
just
top
give it a
as
shot.
well behind you? Is that your shoe too, or is it
No, all of these are my shoes. Yeah, all of these are designed. So this one right here is called Thonios. I think this one, I'm really kind of confused if this is my first design or if That Him was my first design. I keep forgetting which one was which one was my first one. But this is my first one. They call these, I mean, shout out to Nike. I don't want no copyright infringement, you know what I'm saying? But I just heard this from somebody. They said they use, they called this the new version of the Air Force Ones. But I'm not trying to steal Nike
mm,
stuff, so I'm shout out to Nike Air Force One. But no, I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. This is my shoe. It's called Thonios, but they just reference it, refer to it just because how comfortable the shoe
right?
is and the low top, and then how you can really get it done in these shoes right here. And black is beautiful. So black is the most beautiful color out there. So
Can you get it in
and
different
in my
colors, or is it always the black and yellow or gold? I can't tell what color.
Well, with this shoe called Tonios, which is my name, this is the only version of this shoe right here.
Okay. What about
Right
the
here.
what
This
about
is
the
the
high
full
tops? Can you get those in different colors?
so far, yeah. Oh no, these two right here, these are the only two versions that I have right here of those right there. But I can and I do make different versions of them, so there will be different colors of them. So, but you won't see. It's not like it's a mass production either. So it's
Right.
like when you order them, when you go online and order them and stuff, they actually make that shoe
Oh, so
handmade
it's
for
like a
you. So it's
drop
not like
ship then. That's yeah, that's well, lots of people do that. It's smart business now. And I've got a
Mhm.
automated workflow right here that will send a notification to people that abandon their carts. So we got you, man. I'm not wearing that, but I mean that's cool and all. But I mean Prince was in
Nah,
style
but
when
this
I was
is
coming up, but I can't rock a boot with a heel that high.
Nah, but this is my baby right here. This is my baby. This one's called Mindset, and then this is the one I sell. I sell a lot of. This one gets a lot of sales in Mexico. It gets a lot of sales in Mexico. It has my logo, Black Diamond Warehouse, then it has my name right
Mm.
there, Antonio Johnson. Then it has the name of the shoe, Mindset. But yeah, this one right here, and the kind of the I want to lie and say the ideal was. I'm going to lie right now. Let me lie. Okay. I'm lying right now, but it's going to sound real good. I promise you. All right. Look, the idea behind making this shoe and this shoe is so they go together. So the lady can wear this shoe,
Right.
and then the husband, the boyfriend can wear this shoe.
Nice. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. And they both got the glittery stuff on the front of it.
Right.
Yeah. Now the truth
How
is,
much is the high top cost? If I wanna buy the high top, how much is it gonna set me back?
Which one? That him?
Yeah, either or.
That him? The green pair online. Online is $299. No, no, I'm lying. I'm lying. Online is $199. So this is for this pair right
Right,
here.
right,
I don't set the prices; they set the prices. So this pair right here is only $199 online. If you see me in person, I'm going to charge you $299. So go buy it online unless you really support me and you get the extra bread to support me. Then I will actually appreciate that. But this one, but if you're looking for a deal, definitely go online. Don't buy it from me directly. Go online and get it because that's where the deal is. But if you really rock with me, you support me, and you get the extra money to, hey man, I rock with you, I support you, Antonio, I love what you do, and you actually meet me in person or whatever. I got them on deck for you at all time, whatever your size is. Now this size, but it's going to be extra $100. But yeah, this one right here, Antonio, this one that him too online is $215.
right,
But if you buy it from me, I'm gonna charge you $315.
right.
But
You
that's
need
that's
a
yeah.
you need an online TikTok shop and sell your shoes. That is like so
Yeah.
unbelievably like you would just be they'd be going all the time. Like it's
I'll
crazy
pay
how
you
much
for
money
it.
people are making from these shops online right now. I don't even know how people did it before the way that they're killing it on TikTok. They're starting to do
I
it
try
on
to I try to start a Shopify thing, but them people in Nigeria, man. Every time I hire an assistant from Nigeria, they always end up scamming me, man. I swear to God, I hired this dude from Nigeria. Hey, man, he set it up right. It was called ADA Gift Store because my daughter's name was, my name is Antonio. My first daughter's name was Destiny, and my second daughter's name was Amila. And so it was adagiftstore.com. I still got the website,
Mm.
and it was doing all the little stuff up there and everything. And this dude won't get on there. I forget what he did because it was a while ago, but yeah, now Shopify talking about I need to verify if it's my account. Who the hell been paying you all this money for the past year and a half? Antonio Johnson. That's my account. Now all of a sudden I'm fighting with this dude in Nigeria. I was paying to help do my
You
yeah. So
gotta
I ain't
keep
hiring
you gotta
nobody
keep
from
your operations as local as possible. That way you don't have as
yeah.
many issues when it comes time to actually get something implemented. Because if you got to go find somebody in another country to get some shit done, you got a problem. It's just a nightmare, man. You don't want that. You don't want
I'm
that.
just trying my best. Yeah, doing what I could do when I could do it. That's
Yeah,
why I
I
just
hear you, man. Let me wrap this up with one question I like to ask people if I do an interview like this because it's very structured in my opinion. So,
yes, sir.
what if you could go back in time travel and give 20-year-old Antonio a piece of advice, what would it be? And do you think you'd have done anything differently than you did it this way?
The advice I would have told myself at 20 years old, I would have told myself to stack my bread. And would I have done anything differently? Nah, because my first love is destruction. So, so everything I was out there doing, I love it, and I'll do it again, and they know it. But
Professor Chaos over here.
but nah, man, I'm a good guy, man. No, nah, man. But I will say one of the things that I did not do, I didn't stack my money. Now, was I making money? Now, I was making the money. I never bought the jewelry and the cars and the clothes and none of that stuff. I was never that guy. I was always a business guy. You feel me? I'm always doing buying back into businesses or whatever situation I was doing. But I do find out because I just now started stacking money. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just now started saving money. Like actually, like I want to see it stacked up. I just now started stacking money within the past 12 months.
Mm.
First time ever in my life. You feel me? So, but ask me what my net worth is. You feel me? Ask me what I. You feel me? Da-da-da-da. You feel me? So it's going. Yeah, you feel me? It's going to show. It's going to balance out. But on paperwork, I promise you. I'm broke. And somebody throw me $1 too. Throw me $1. Then go to blackdiamondwarehouse.com and buy something. Yeah, rock with me. Yeah, get on there. Oh, I got merchandise coming out too. It'll be on there too. So not like the shoes is the shoes, you know that. But I'm talking about like the hoodies and the
Right.
shirts and some little smart saying. So go just check it out. Oh, and I just want to tell you the blackdiamondwarehouse.com website has been updated. And I really want to shout out one of the very special elements of my website. I really do love this about my website. Um, it's called it's called Angels on my website. So what that is was so what you do on blackdiamondwarehouse.com, you go to Angels, click on the Explorer tab, and it goes to Angels or something like that. When you have a loved one that passes away, you can go on there and upload the picture of your loved one, and then you tell all your family members and friends to come back and like that picture, so it'll get the more likes on that picture of your loved one, and whoever has the most likes of the whichever loved one, everybody's doing it. So whoever has the most likes on that picture, that their loved one will get a featured badge on their on the page right there. So it'll, so it's just a way to keep our loved ones alive and things like that. And then also another one of my favorite features of upgrades blackdiamondwares.com is if you know any companies, anybody does shady business, bad business, they screwed you out of money or whatever the situation may be, we have a Hall of Shame page on there. So submit the information on there, the Hall of Shame, and all of us go. I'm gonna upload we're gonna upload the logo, we're gonna upload this testimony and everything. But don't be putting false stuff. So make sure you have a receipt or two when you submit it, so we can put the information up there, because we're trying to get rid of these bad business practices, man. Because it's not good for nobody.
No, it's definitely not good, man. That's wise words. So, well, I'm glad we got a chance to chat, man. I would say shout out your socials, but we already have had that conversation about your social media. So,
No, hey, don't do me like that now. No, 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 don't get me right now. I've been having no, don't do me like that. Look, I've been having 89 followers on Instagram for the past year and a half, and then I finally upgraded to 200 people about 2 months ago. Now I looked on there about a week ago, and I got like 1,200 people on there now.
nice.
So, but that's not even the followers thing, because if you really look on my page from my point of view, it'll tell you I got over 300,000 views in the past 30 days. So my name really ring bells. It's just people who really know me, they know that I'm not really a social media person. So they know, oh, he's just going to do that for a little bit, BDW Global on Instagram, and it's going to be shut down here in a minute. Might be so, because I might end up posting. That's why it's ran by the account manager, because I'm not good with social media. I'm going to post something that's going to I'm going to get banned and restricted. I've been banned and restricted from Facebook a million times. Every time I type in my name, Antonio Johnson, on Facebook, we blocking this whole IP address, and it's been like that for the past 7 years. Yeah, you feel me? They don't rock. I'm not a social media guy, but I am doing Instagram right.
Mm,
I'm doing it right, and I got the yeah. So don't be doing me like that, Mr. Vaughn.
you can,
So yeah, follow me on the Instagram at BDW Global. Yeah, that's not the only one you can follow me on.
what is going on? Social media is on the bottom of the screen there, guys. If you're watching on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you should be listening on Spotify so you can actually see this chaos unfold on camera. Antonio Johnson, thank you for your time, sir. Check out blackdiamondwarehouse.com too, you guys. Go buy some shoes. You need some shoes, and get your girl the matching pair. You can go out in style. See, if my partner was capable of walking around in a heel like that, maybe I would, get. But it's not gonna happen now. No, when you get older, you're not doing that. But I like those kicks, man. Those are nice, man. I appreciate that. So check them out, guys. Thanks for listening. If you're listening, thanks for watching. If you're watching, and
One,
Obi's got one more quick. You got 30 seconds. Hit it.
one more. I just want to tell you, this is how you find me, because you want to try to front me on my social
Come
media.
on,
You want to, no, one more thing. Here it is, right here. Google. Google's bigger than Instagram. Google business mogul Antonio Johnson, and that's how you can find me. That's bigger than
That's
Instagram
how
and
I
all of them.
found you. That's how I found you. But people want to follow your story, so they go to your social media. They want to see the new shoes you're selling. They want to see the improv stuff you're doing. They want to see your OnlyFans with the cheating lady from the next door. They want to see all that, so they go to the socials to see when they can go see something new from Antonio. So that's what's up, guys. Go check them out. Then we're gonna catch you guys when we catch you out.
All the ugly people be quiet.